What is it about a place that gets into your bones? That feeling of quiet endurance, of standing firm against the elements, season after season. This is Vermont, the Green Mountain State, a land where independence isn't just a historical fact. It's a living, breathing principle etched into every hillside farm and every small town meeting. But this beautiful, rugged landscape holds more than just stunning vistas. It holds the story of a nation's conscience, a place that dared to be different, that chose its own path long before it was fashionable and continues to do so today. What does it mean to build a society based on principle, not just power? The answer is written in the Constitution that banned slavery, heard in the debate of the town hall, and tasted in the syrup that sweetens a nation. Long before there was a United States of America, there was the Republic of Vermont. For 14 years, from 1777 to 1791, this land was its own sovereign nation. And what a nation it was! Its first constitution was revolutionary in the truest sense. It wasn't just a framework for government, it was a moral declaration. It was the first constitution in North America to prohibit adult slavery, establishing a bold standard for human freedom that the larger nation would struggle with for nearly another century. Imagine that. A tiny breakaway territory, surrounded by giants, making one of the most progressive stands in the world. This fierce independence was born from conflict. The Green Mountain Boys weren't just fighting the British. They were fighting land speculators from New York who claimed their farms. They fought for the right to the land they had tamed. This forged an identity of rugged self-reliance and deep distrust of outside authority. Vermont finally joined the Union in 1791 as the 14th state, the first outside the original 13 colonies. It entered on its own terms, carrying the unshakable identity of a place that had already governed itself. The 19th century solidified Vermont's character. It was a state of small, resilient farms and tight-knit communities. The soil was rocky, the winters long, and life demanded cooperation and fortitude. This wasn't a place for the faint of heart. The foundation of principle was set in stone, but as America modernized, Vermont would face its greatest challenge: how to hold onto its soul. Today, Vermont stands as a beautiful paradox. It is a state fiercely dedicated to preserving its past, while consistently leading the nation into the future. In 1968, Vermont made a statement that would define its landscape for generations. It became the first state to ban billboards. It was a radical act, a declaration that natural beauty was more valuable than commercial advertisement. This ethos of quality over quantity permeates everything. It's the home of Ben & Jerry's, a company built on social mission. It's a state with the most breweries per capita in the nation and a reputation for world-class artisanal cheese. It's a place that values the handmade, the local, the authentic. Yes, the syrup is real, and the cheese is sharp enough to make you sit up straight. Vermont is the second least populated state, and it's aging. Young people often leave for opportunity elsewhere. The very beauty that draws tourists makes housing unaffordable for many locals. The state struggles with a tight job market and the high cost of maintaining infrastructure across its rural landscape. The iconic Vermont dairy farm is under constant economic pressure. This creates a tension between the pastoral ideal that defines the state, its image, and the economic realities of those trying to live it. Vermont is at a crossroads, caught between the desire to preserve its character and the need to create a viable future for its children. The path it forges will be a test of its founding principles. The enduring spirit, fortitude in the green. To understand how Vermont will navigate this future, you don't look to the statistics. You look to the land itself, to the long trail, the nation's first long-distance hiking path, snaking over the very spine of the Green Mountains. You listen to the heart of its democracy. The town meeting. This is where Vermont's independent spirit is most alive, where neighbors gather face to face to decide their collective fate, just as they have for centuries. This doesn't mean resisting change. Vermont is quietly building a new economy. It's attracting remote workers who value quality of life. It's a leader in renewable energy, with a high proportion of its electricity coming from sustainable sources. The state is finding ways to grow that align with its core values of community and environmental stewardship. And through it all, the rhythm of life remains tied to the land. It's in the crunch of snow on a January morning, the sound of peepers in an April swamp, the steam rising from the sugar house in March, and the collective gasp as the hills explode into color every October. The real Vermont isn't a museum. It's a living experiment. It's the understanding that principle must be practiced, not just preached. That community is a responsibility, not just a convenience. And that true wealth is found not in the abundance of possessions, but in the integrity of the landscape and the strength of the social fabric. Vermont, the Green Mountain State. A place that teaches us that freedom and community are two sides of the same coin. That to be independent does not mean to be alone, but to be responsible for yourself and your neighbor. From its 14 years as an independent republic to its continued role as a laboratory of democracy, Vermont has always marched to the beat of its own drum. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the Green Mountains and quaint villages of Vermont. If this story of principled independence and quiet strength resonated with you, we invite you to subscribe to our channel and join us as we continue to explore the stories that shape America. Because every state has its lesson, and Vermont's is one we all need to hear.